What's up, guys? PDC here, and hopefully I'll be able to finish recording this game before my roommate comes back. We have Jirachee versus Jirachee versus CALLOUS for Smogon Premier League. We see a men's lead from Jirachee and a T-Tar lead from CALLOUS. Looking at Jirachee's team, this is probably going to be a men's Metagross-based offense. I don't know the set of the Salamans. Looking as he switched out from the Tyranitar instead of going for a Brick Break or an HP Flying or EQ, he's probably a mixed men's, which can't kill T-Tar right away with Brick Break, or he might like Brick Break entirely. It could be Wish re-attacks. I don't know. We see him go with the Perch, and this game is moving pretty fast, but we see CALLOUS as a Fortress, which means that this is probably a T-Tar, Swampert, Fortress, Skarmory, Dugtrio, Blissey type team. Actually, he goes for the Earthquake. That's not good at all. I see the Magneton, which makes me think that Mence might be DD. That's probably it then. It probably is. It's probably Dragon Dance lead maybe. Damn. That actually makes me think because CALLOUS, when you see a Fortress, you almost always think, oh, it's the Skarm team because I mean this already has 3 out of the 6 members. But usually those Fortress don't run Earthquake, and even if it had a Dugtrio, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so actually this Mence does not have leftovers, which is interesting. So this might be banned still. Maybe he switched out there to Scout. I don't really know. I still think that, I guess it's not the Dugtrio Skarm team, because usually Fortress on those teams doesn't carry Earthquake, because there's no need for it to carry EQ, because you immediately just trap it after you use spikes with it. So that's interesting. Looking at CALLOUS's team, I mean, he's going to have an immunity. I would still like to think that his team has Skarm, because that's like the type of team, but I'm assuming no. If he has Earthquake, he's not running the Dugtrio Skarm Blissey base, so this could be something different. I wouldn't be surprised. So Jirachee looks like he's running. This looks like the physical offense kind of type teams that are not. I wouldn't say absolutely common in SPL, but you see them a lot just in various ADV tours. We're probably gonna see some speed control from Jirachee later on in the game. Let's see. He has Mence, Metagross, Swampert, Magneton. He could definitely have a Gyarados. Gyarados is a common member on these teams, as is things like Aerodactyl. He could also have a T-Tar. T-Tar is very possible too. Although he probably has... This team's okay versus Swampert. That's usually what Gyarados is for, setting up on Perch. CALLOUS, I mean, he's obviously running a more defensive team. I'd imagine the CA... Okay, alright, Pursuit. So now that we know this is Pursuit, alright, fair enough. He goes to the Metagross, and... Alright, that's a good Pursuit. That's a good chunk on Mence, because CV Mence can be annoying if, actually, CV Mence isn't that bad if spikes aren't up when you have Pert, so that's not really a huge deal, to be honest. All he really needs to do is just make sure he doesn't get exploded on and fall apart, which, I mean, CALLOUS has a layer of spikes up. That's not huge, but it's enough that there's, I mean, any hazard pressure is good pressure. So, looking at that, I mean, CALLOUS is doing pretty alright. In this, I don't know if CALLOUS has 3 other members. I don't think I would risk Swampert here immediately, because this could very well be, and probably is, maybe it might be Choice Band. I don't know for sure. I don't know if, yeah, it's probably not Lefties, no. It's not Lefties, because Lefties would have revealed itself there. So this is probably Choice Band. It could be Agility sub Lychee Gross. That's possible too. I wouldn't doubt it. I still think with a team like this, you need like something like Gyarados, a better Coon switch, because certainly this team is right now pretty destroyed by Suicune. Or other fast water types. Something like Starmie really annoys the heck out of a team like this. So, I mean, Gyarados is not a counter to that, but either way, I think Jirachee probably wants some speed control, maybe with Arrow. He could have Gyarados, something like that. He's going to switch up the Swampert here. Okay, and he goes for the... Oh, that is 100% banded Metagross. Alright, 100%. I don't know if CALLOUS has another switch to this. That crit is actually really bad for him, because this means that CV Mence, while it's already weakened, it can be, depending if he HP flies again or not, because I'm sure that CALLOUS is not ever going to be switching T-Tar straight into Mence, unless he's really sure that he's going to HP fly. So, looking at this, CALLOUS, I mean, he EQs here, because He could have Gyarados, but Ice Beam isn't doing too much, and you really are in a situation where Jirachee could pretty freely just Meteor Mash twice. Swampert being weakened is a huge plus for Jirachee, and he goes for Meteor Mash again. There's the 31, there's the attack raise, and there's the EQ. So Metagross is, as long as CALLOUS is something decently fast, it looks like Metagross is neutered. We're not going to see this thing too much, unless, of course, well, Metagross can actually switch him pretty easily into, like, on a double on T-Tar or something like that, because I assume that his T-Tar is pretty slow. And CALLOUS here is hoping for a miss. That's pretty fair. Attack raise, and then, you know, the crit was really the big component of it, but the crit was certainly not something that he wanted to face. And nope, no miss. So Swampert goes down. If Jirachee is something like, oh, okay, there's Dugtrio. Alright. I think this almost 100% means that he's running the Skarmory Blissey base. But that's odd because, I mean, it's 4 out of the 6 members. I think he's definitely running Blissey 100%. There's no way he's not. If he isn't running Skarmory, because I see the EQ on Fortress, then maybe he's running Gengar instead, which makes sense. He goes for the trap there, and he's just going to get trapped right back. We see Porygon 2 with the Quack, tracing that Arena Trap, and I assume depending on the spread, he could either go straight for the Ice Beam, or he could go for the Recover. I'm sure Jirachee is going to be wary of the possible Gengar in the back, and of course CALLOUS, he has a very, very good right to be, oh nice, with the crit, alright, okay. That's not doing much though, that's meaning it's doing 35. So Jirachee is in a position where he can essentially outstall this with Recovers and have pretty much next to no worries of getting crit. Only a double crit if he gets to 100. That's doing 70. Then yeah, it would take a triple crit for Dugtrio to actually beat this. So Recover is going to easily just PP stall this. I'm pretty sure Jirachee wants to keep this healthy, so it appears that he's just going to PP stall the Earthquake and easily just make it struggle. Recover has easily enough PP. There's no way Porygon 2 is going to burn through all these in this game, and no reason for it to save all of it, so he's just going to go for the PP stall. Looking at Jirachee's last, if it's something that wants Dugtrio trapped, there is a pretty reasonable guess that his last is either probably a Tyranitar. It's not Jirachee, it's either T-Tar, it could be Gyarados, although Porygon 2 for trapping that is really helpful. It could also be a special attacker, but I would imagine it's not Kun because the support on this team is just not there. So my bet is either for DD-Tar, probably DD-Tar. Probably DD-Tar is my bet. I think this team needs a setup sweeper on it. And Dugtrio trapping Porygon 2 is certainly great. CALLOUS is worried about the Sharpen Porygon 2, but this is almost certainly not Sharpen. Yeah, there's no way. At this rate, yeah, we're just PP stalling him right now. Okay, so yeah. We go past this, and he struggles, kills the Dugtrio, and out comes the Blissey. Blissey is obviously going to be walling this, Ice Beam, depending if it's Calm Mind or if it even has Toxic. Okay, so there's Toxic Porygon. Toxic misses, which is not good because literally, I don't know if this was CALLOUS's best option to go to Blissey because this makes no sense because you're assuming that Porygon 2 has Toxic, right? I mean, that's what I would assume, and you already know Porygon 2 has Arena Trap. So the reality is, this is just a trade for Jirachee. Not even a trade because he got the Toxic later, so he can just recover in Blissey's face essentially, unless CALLOUS decides to take out Porygon 2 with him. But even then, I mean, yeah, Blissey. I mean, depending on, they're both going to go down. Is the moral of the story. This is actually, I don't know why he did that because, I mean, I don't know what his last is. I mean, he's trying to kill Porygon. So maybe his last is Gengar, I'd assume, if he's that desperate to kill Porygon. I mean, yeah, I don't... I guess T-Tar couldn't hit it either, but the Arena Trap is really devastating. And if I had Gengar there, I probably would have just tried for a Hypno, because I knew I would lose that Blissey exchange, and... No, I guess it really doesn't matter. I guess his win condition is Gengar. I still don't know CALLOUS's last. If it was Skarmory, you go Skarmory there 100%. There's a T-Tar. So if CALLOUS's last is not Skarmory, we know this because he would have went it there, unless that was a terrible choke. So he just goes for a Toxic here. And I think Callous's last is Gengar. I think it is. So there's the Pursuit, yeah, killing the Porygon. In comes either probably Mence. Meanwhile, Callous is absolutely ecstatic that he got a crit. This little funny little banter, I don't know about that. I don't know if this is helping his odds, but at least he's keeping his head on his shoulders. But this is, yeah, it is kind of annoying. Yeah, this isn't, yeah, I don't, this is actually, yeah, yeah. The Smogdur's chat is tearing into Callous's ass right now. Realistically, I don't think this is, this was not played very well. Yeah, there's Mence. It comes down to what Callous's last is. I think it's a Gar. I couldn't... It could also technically be a Zapdos. It could be a... Nah, I don't... I think it's a Gengar. I would think it'd be a Gar. I mean, he has a Dugtrio. If it was Skarm, he should have went it there, because I think Jirachee's last is not something that is ever going to be tanking Toxic. So you get a free Toxic there. I mean, his team is all 100% correct for the dual Steel Stall. So, I mean, if he didn't go Skarm there, that only makes me think that this is 150% a team, which is, okay, yeah, its last is Gengar. And there's a Rock Slide. Good play from Jirachee. Good play. That was a very nice call on his part. Oh. What? Are you shitting me? What? Okay, alright, fine. Callous's switch there was fine. That was okay. But he should have switched out there, because that could have won, because looking at the speed, it's probably Giga Drain, and it could be Giga Drain Fire Punch. And like I said, I don't know his last, but I don't... Okay, he is HP Grass. Okay, if he missed... Alright. Okay. I don't... you know you're slower. I mean, is he trying to win with Tar? I think Jirachee's last is either Tyranitar or Gyarados. It's one of those two, probably. So... Okay, yeah, there's the T-Tar. Okay, he just AQs here, and that's gonna be the game. I'm trying to run through the situations here, but it looks like, yeah. I was really expecting a dual steal, which would have been 100% more helpful in this game. But yeah, Jirachee's T-Tar is faster. This is a special Tar. The only way he wins is if this is Crunch Brick Break, which is probably not possible. I mean, he has a Pert and he has a Dug for trapping, so yeah, this is almost definitely DD-Tar on Jirachee's side. So he just goes for the Earthquake here, and it should kill it. Or depending on the spread. I mean, Jirachee's faster either way, and Callous would need a... Yeah, there's HP Grass crit doesn't even kill, so unless this is like Random Pursuit, yeah, that's gonna be game. So Callous being a little obnoxious in the battle chat, but yeah, I don't think he played this optimally. Okay, okay. Here's the thing: if he went to Gar there, the Gar play was fine because you can't. Well, it's slower either way. You know it's probably slower. So let's say he goes Gar there. He goes with Guitar and he pursuits it. You lose either way, I guess. Yeah, you probably lose either way because you know he's not Focus Punch because he's Crunch. And probably Fire Move. You know he's not running Brick Break on that team. So, yeah, I don't... And versus Porygon 2, I mean, yeah, Blissey wouldn't have really done too much for the rest of the team, so probably Toxic Trading was the right call because Gengar could certainly not break Porygon 2. I just expected this team, you know, it was 5/6 out of the double Steel Stall, so I was figuring, yeah, okay, this is probably that type of team. But, you know, what are you going to do, I guess? Yeah, I'm trying to go over through the game, see if there's anywhere where these guys could have played it better. Jirachee played it pretty fine. I mean, CALLOUS got unlucky, certainly, with the multiple crits on Swampert, which definitely, it would definitely have an effect on the game, that's for sure. Because, you know, it's just protecting at that point, and Jirachee's team is not extremely good against Pert. So yeah, I don't really know what to say there. That's all I got to say. Yeah, Jirachee played it fine, had a pretty cool team, nice standard with the Pori 2 trap for Dugtrio to so T-Dark and sweep. Either way, good game, guys. That was pretty dope, I guess. I'm glad I was able to catch a game. I mean, the game wasn't that great. This wasn't all that impressive. It was very straightforward, but I'm glad that I can witness some ADV stuff and content and get it up for you guys. So with that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.